Good morning. It's 10:12 a.m. on the 30th of October 2024 and welcome to Titania's realm at Sacred Space. Or is that the other way around? Makes no difference. Same spot and the same space-time continuum on this ever-swirling blue marble of planet Earth in the Milky Way quadrant, somewhere floating in space. Am I right? This is my second video this morning. My first video I segued all over the place in all these weird dark memories, sometimes funny quirky memories. So I'm uploading it as we speak, but my actual intention when I started that video was to continue reading from The Healing Blanket, but I did mention my friend Bobby, who was Cherokee, so I was going there with that cultural theme of the Native American friend I had and the wisdom of that culture and the spirituality, but I got lost in space, and as you can see by the hollow under my eyes, CPAP's knocking me around, or something's knocking me around, not quite sure what. I didn't have a bad night with the CPAP. I only stopped breathing, I think it was 2 times an hour, which is not too shabby. So I don't know why I'm so wrung out. I really don't. But probably the hypomania I've had with all the storm weather that's been hanging around for the last week. And then I did dance a lot. I did dance a lot a week ago, and then I danced again wildly and vigorously on Friday night, and all being well, I'll be out dancing again this Friday. So I guess it's a lot for my body to sustain when I'm still struggling with my bladder and my sleep apnea and my preternatural fucking triumphant, defiant overcoming of my former life. And so it's majestic, it's an art form, it's a work in progress. It even blows my own mind sometimes. But before I segue into all sorts of weird musings like I did in video number 1 today, let us continue reading from this wonderful book about the Ojibwe teachings. So here we are, babies. Chapter 2, The Truth. Mamati, the Tanya psychedelic dreamer, Miss 5, and I'm very, if I have an addiction, I've got a few addictions. The early video I spoke about drug addiction, which is not something I suffer from. Hallelujah. But I do have a few addictions. One of them is love addictions, which I think I've improved on with the getting of wisdom and getting older. Not suffering as immensely as I used to. It's been a fair bit of poking the bear and triggering, and I'm riding through it quite queenly. Impressed with myself, actually. It's how I know I really love this person, that I'm just observing and allowing, And I'm in a position where I can do that quite easily because they're not available anyway. So it's not like, I ever had any real hope of winning this man's love and commitment and partnership. It's a manifestation of my former love addictions, I suppose, wanting, dreaming the impossible dream and climbing every mountain and falling down and getting up. But it's a beautiful thing, and he's a true friend. He is a true friend in the context of our Brisbane music scene. He's always had my back, and I know that for a fact. So the friendship is more valuable and powerful than any romantic fantasies the Mama T might have indulged in somehow, astonishingly, along the way. As I said, I treasure and cherish true friends. Um, they're sometimes more powerful and potent loves than any sexual frottering a woman or a man might indulge in, with fly-by-nighters and fakes and fops. It's true. In my case, it's a bit tragic, but as I said in video 1, who was I kidding anyway? No man can take me on. My situation of poverty and chastity, self-imposed chastity, because I'm healing my mind and my body and my spirit after decades of abject horror. And I did revoke all vows of chastity and poverty some years ago, and all these beautiful little loves just started emanating like flowers coming out of the dirt and the mud and the dreck of past traumas, and watching those flowers just grow and bloom and turn to me with such faith and adoration and admiration, almost like sunflowers turning to the sunshine. That too has been a gift. So, my beautiful friends, my muso friends, my artist friends, my fellow dancers, my contributors to the building, the rebuilding, the recalibrating of me. You're all just reflected, refracted glory, and I see you and some of you see me, and we rise above my preternatural traumas and bullshit at times, and I rise above yours, and it's magical and it's beautiful and it's powerful and it's heartfelt and it's astonishing. I love you all. I do. I'm fighting to get well enough to have my wonderful life manifest how I'd like it to be. But in the event that I don't make it, I want you to always remember how deeply you were loved by me, even in my sometimes, preternatural rage when I could see little trickster games being played, and I don't want to be in that consciousness because I've had relationships that were cruel and sadistic in the past, and it's not gonna co-create a beautiful life for me if we go down that rabbit hole, babies. So I'm a little bit intransigent and holding space. The only way to win a game, my gorgeous ones, is not to play. Remember that. But I turn up and I do my dance and I go home safely, triumphantly and joyously. And, some people would even try to stymie that out of spite, but if the worst comes to the worst and I end up having to dance alone in my house as I did during the lockdown mandates, I can do that. I've got Spotify. Don't need you or anyone. Don't need any little games being played. I'm a self-determined woman and I'm not afraid to be alone. I've got a different whippersnapper person. I hope he doesn't fucking mow down my BlackBerry. Jesus. Anyway, I shouldn't complain. At least they're doing the job. My man hasn't turned up to do his job. It's annoying. Anyway, Sailor Bee babies, I'm segueing again. It's almost like I'm floating in and out of my body. It's a bit fucking crazy and astonishing. So let us focus. Mama too can do this. YouTube audience, YouTube subscribers. Bing, bam, boom, baby. Let's go. The Healing Blanket, Chapter 2, The Truth. Look past the gazing Anishinaabe people and into the crying of the white man. Forgiveness, setting the proper flight of prayer, adding more to the rocks in the second beyond stillness. Mijizikwe. I even love how they've done the typeset, look, with a thunderbird. It's just so, they put so much thought into making this book. It's just beautiful. I really love it. I really do. A few miles away, next to a lake surrounded with awakening woods, a proud woman crawled into an empty lodge carrying a red pine switch. The sweat lodge, rounded like turtle's shell, was built near the shore, its eastern door opening to the rising sun. Her knees cracked softly as usual. Her hair, loosely pinned up, snagged on the sapling that helped make the lodge. But Wabinungikwe, pronounced Wabinungikwe, East Sky woman, hardly noticed the hindrance. Life must challenge. She had learned that years ago. She always did the best she could, and that was enough. Simple as that. It had been a good sweat, hard, demanding, teaching, cleansing. Wabinungikwe looked to the pit in the centre where last night red glowing rocks had been welcomed in the darkness. Good. The grandfathers had already been honoured and removed. She continued to crawl into the sweat lodge. As she swept the cedar, her knees meeting the cool earth under her worn, flowered skirt. Sunlight entered the lodge in a narrow stream, then curved soft light to edges of the lodge. Her back, although strong from years of hard labour, ached. A light sweat dampened her t-shirt and, let's go back to how to pronounce it. Wabinungikwe wiped her brow with the back of her hand, then continued sweeping with the pine bow. Her arms were strong, her hands weathered, her nails comfortable with earth, accustomed to earth. As Wabinungikwe swept the remainder of the cedar out the open flap, she cleansed her mind. She knew this path. She had learned to follow it often. First the thoughts lessened, then the breathing slowed. Taught by Niskwa Nikinakwe, a quiet vibration filled her, humming ever so softly. A coming home inside welcomed her. Wabinungikwe continued in this way, calm, strong, ready, open, humming. She crawled out, gathered the cedar, carried an armful to the usual spot, and thoughts of her spiritual mother, Niskwa Nikinakwe, filled her. Something is happening, something important. Yes, in my own space-time continuum in this present moment, I sense that too. Wabi Nungikwe stood to face the lake, having finished her work. The pit was dug, the hide was readied, the day had passed. Mukunsi, the brother with 2 brides, had returned. Mukunsi held the edge of the rolled birch bark just next to the flame. He would be there for Chinudin. He remembered the strong pine tree he had fasted in so many years ago, how it had supported his struggle to become a man. When this was over, he would climb another tree, would fast once again for his brother's pain. His tongue would speak the truth. Strange smell coming in. Odd smell. Where's that coming from? I'll open the window. As the bark tenderly lit, his heart sang 1,000 songs. The bark crackled, the white turned black, and became the familiar incense of 1,000 voices, of 1,000 spirits. Releasing his memories, Mukunsi prayed. The black smoke lifted past the dead pine, bare, brown. What is this?